Let's go.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't hear, I can't see, I can't smell nothing.
But you look
Whoa,
great. You look
we're
fantastic.
here.
Now I've got these ridges in my
I
head.
see it, but that's okay. It's the Mandalorian. This is
But
the way.
you look beautiful. You look
No,
beautiful.
you look beautiful. Stop.
Oh my god, we celebrated. What an amazing week that we just got to
Yes.
celebrate a Star Wars movie being back in theaters.
First
Movie back in theaters in 7 years.
7 years is way too long without a Star Wars movie.
I know.
In theaters, might I add, but we're finally here. I think our patience was well rewarded.
Yeah.
But we're back on another Monday.
Yeah. Welcome
take
back.
2 Mondays off?
We took 2 weeks because the first week you were in Arizona, actually walking across the stage.
I was, yes. I have my little thing right here.
There he is. Jordan is officially a actual master.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I
graduated with your master's degree, right?
Yes, my master's degree in special education. All the Padawans, I will take them under my wing and turn them into Jedi and somewhat productive members of society.
That's all.
Because their teacher is he's not all here, so but it's fine. But yeah, and then the next Monday you were here in my neck of the woods.
Yeah, I came down to celebrate you, and I got to meet your family again. I had already met your parents, but I got to meet a lot of your friends, which was fun. So
yes. Yeah, you got to finally see what makes me the way I am now.
Yeah, the master you have become.
Yes, but now we are back.
Yes, sir.
We are now one Star Wars movie in.
Wow.
And I gotta say, listen, for a first movie back, I'm not mad at it. Honestly, like
no,
it was a very fun movie. What was I gonna say? Yeah, it was a very fun movie. The cast was great. It felt like just almost like an extended episode of the Mandalorian show, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Because when I was telling people that at work, they were like, "Ooh," and I was like, "No, like that's actually like fine for me." So
sorry, I'm just fixing my camera a little bit.
Oh no, you're fine.
Yeah, no, completely agree. Yeah, let's start and do our best non-spoilers.
Yeah, we're gonna do our best. Yeah, because we want you guys to be able to watch this and enjoy this.
Yeah,
even if you haven't watched the movie. So,
but there will be a point where we will get into spoilers, and we'll warn of that.
Yes.
First things first. The score, the music. I know it's been making its way around social media right now like crazy. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
cannot get enough of it.
Can't at all. I'm always going through the excuse me. I'm also call it the con crud if you want. I call it the blue shadow virus.
Shadow virus.
Yeah.
Shout out to season 2 of Clone Wars, or is that season 1?
I don't think it's like towards the end of season 1, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's what I'm currently dealing with. I'm trying to fix this banner. Not sure what's going on.
No, you're good. I mean, it is funny because right now, whenever I go to post anything on Instagram, it only pushes the Mandalorian.
Yep.
Like I just posted that we were going live to my story, and literally every song was Mandalorian.
Yes.
Boom, 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 boom. I'm not mad about it.
No, but what I was saying was, I was going through the album and being like, what's gonna be my workout playlist, because I need some new music. Can't keep listening to the same 4 Beyonce songs or Big X the Plug. So yeah. I mean I could and I can.
Yeah.
As we saw in my Spotify 2020 year recap, I listened to the same song 500 times. So yeah. I physically can, trying not to. I'm trying to be better. But my lighting is it's amateur hour here at Tales from Beyond the Galaxy, guys, because I didn't turn no light on, nothing.
Look at you. Look at I love that you're out as well as being right there. You're also right there.
It's me. I'm in the walls.
Yeah.
I'm in the walls.
So I did have some questions
Uh-huh.
from other people, like what were these? So these are all of the original episode one, 2001 Pepsi release of the cans. So if you look real close, um, you can see some of the characters. Like there's the B1 battle droid there. There's the I think that's 3PO. No, that's Saboba right there. But because of the
Careful,
reflection,
Saboba.
yeah, because of the reflection, you can also see Jordan. Look at him. There he is. So I'll just gonna cover him up so we don't see two of them.
This is getting out of hand.
Now there are two of them.
But yeah, I guys, it's what's up there. Oh, but yeah, music alone, solid 9 out of 10 for me.
Yep.
I have some friends they have some very strong opinions about the music, and I'm like, whoa, it's not that deep. Yeah, I guess they just kind of feel like it's not the Star Wars music they are used to, which is totally valid. But at the same time, like franchises are gonna change, the music is gonna change.
Yep.
It's for me, it still felt like that it felt like Star Wars, but not in like a epic movie saga kind of way, but like
No, yeah.
this is probably what the people on that planet are probably listening to. So
100%.
yeah,
I think opening of Jedi Fallen Order does it really well when they have the band The Who score like a Star Wars esque song. To
yeah,
your point, I think that's kind of what we got here. We got the music that builds on the idea that what we're hearing is not only made for us, the people listening, but also for the people who are on those planets currently.
100%.
Um,
Yeah.
I did think the only thing that kind of messed with me is there were like three versions of the Mandalorian themes, like just broken into different styles, which is
Yeah.
is ultimately okay, but when you're hearing the same thing over and over again, and I never heard it in the movie, so I have to give him credit there. It's just listening back to the score and like going in order and like listening to one and then hearing the exact same thing but just in a different way, and then the exact same thing just in a different style, right? It does get a little lackluster, so I can understand people being like, well, this music, there's nothing to there's nothing to talk about. The music was just music. But
Right.
you also have to understand that you know that's only a couple of things.
Right, for sure.
A lot of it was so good.
Yeah. I mean, the sound design in general,
Yeah.
it was good. Like it was just that the making the jump to hyperspace is always going to do it for me. That's one of my favorite sounds in
Mhm.
all of Star Wars is the jump to hyperspace and dropping out of hyperspace also.
Yeah.
Um
I I
ships revving, all of it is
mhm.
great.
I think it's really fun when you have multiple different ships do it, because
Mhm.
when the jump to hyperspace is normally relatively the same, but the jump out of hyperspace is sometimes a little different based off of like the engine capacity or how big
Yeah.
or how sleek the ship
Mhm.
is.
Yep.
So I think that's really fun.
Yeah, for sure. I also just, the character designs, obviously you have the Mandalorian and Grogu. They've been the same since what 2018 was it?
Well, yeah,
Um,
yes, for the most part. We'll talk about some things later on in the spoiler part.
yeah,
But yes, yeah, for the most part, Grogu's still wearing his little beige coat.
yes,
Mando is still fully Beskar. So yeah.
yeah. Then we have the alien designs. As a Star Wars fan, that's always also something I feel like we look at is like what the aliens looking like in this movie, huh? And
Hmm.
I feel like they did a pretty good job. I would have liked, but then I at the beginning, I thought about like I won't say like what it was because spoilers, but like I just was there were more aliens at the beginning, like in the opening scene. But then I thought about who we're talking about, and I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's not gonna be
Yep.
a whole
Yeah.
lot of
I
that going
I
on.
think I think that one is okay. Yeah, we'll keep it in the non-spoiler. Only because they did drop the first. They dropped the first 10 minutes in Fortnite.
They did.
They
That's
also
true.
did drop like a sneak preview on Disney Plus
Mm-hmm.
of some of the opening scene.
Hi,
But we'll
Haven.
hey, what's up, Haven? But we'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah.
To your point, I think there's something really beautiful around the fact that we've got we have John Favreau, we have Dave Filoni, we have Sam Witwer, we have very dedicated and very deep rooted lore following and lore knowledgeable people coming into the
Yeah.
field, and people who grew up with this, that respect the fact that all of these Star Wars aliens started with Jim Henson,
Yep.
the original puppeteer. Um, so I think there's something amazing behind John Favreau going back and trying to bring all of that back, that
Yeah.
feel of this is an actual alien. This is actually
Mhm.
something coming from the bottom up. Whether it's just the head, whether it's just the hand, at least some part of it is puppeteered and actually made to look real.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
1 second.
No, you're good. I'm gonna
So,
grab my water here really quick.
General Grievous here. Well, literally. Yeah, no, I agree with everything you said. I could not have said it better, even if I tried.
I'll drink it out of my Burger King, the Mandalorian.
Yes. And I have my
Don't mind me.
popcorn bucket.
There you go. Mine didn't have, the only one that mine had was the AT-AT, and it was $80.
That thing was $80.
$80, yeah. But they didn't have any of the metal tins. But
One of my friends purchased that, and now I'm mad that you said that.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. I am gonna go see the movie again, because I'm a diehard Cinemark person, and everyone can have their movie theaters: AMC, Cinemark, Regal. The small mom and pops wherever you go. I mean, like I love people who are, and you were saying it best. I love people who are like, I went and saw my memory of seeing Star Wars in this one theater.
Yep.
I'm gonna go back and see Star Wars again in that theater. I love that.
That's exactly what I did. Yeah,
that's such like a
30
deep,
minutes away, but
but it's such like a deep rooted like love and passion that it like kind of engulfs other fans, that they hear that and be like, oh, that's so cool. I wish I had that.
For sure.
Because I remember being in my my grandfather's family room and sitting on my uncle's lap and seeing it for the first time. That's what I remember as my first experience. So being able to be a fan and be like, that's the movie theater I saw this one in. That's the movie theater I saw every one of them in. I'm going to go back to that movie theater.
Yeah.
It's such a cool experience. But AMC is showing it in IMAX.
Yes.
And the movie was designed and made to be in IMAX. So I have to break my loyalty to Cinemark to go see it in IMAX.
It's okay. They'll understand.
I hope so. So I'm going to either see it Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday this week, depending on times and tickets.
Yeah, I want to go see it again. I just don't know when. We're going through a very awkward transitional period at work, so having to deal with that. And then, as you know, I'm moving, and that's been a whole ordeal. So we'll see. Luckily, this is so like we're kind of switching places, right? So if I go see it again, I'm gonna go to the Cinemark because AMC is just kind of further out. The Cinemark is right there.
And did you experience
out of my house
the first time in IMAX?
Yes.
Okay. So I mean, you've already done it. Like check. So to see it again in a lower quality, but closer there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'd go see it another 3 times. Right.
Yeah.
I just want to go and experience the way that it was meant to be seen.
Yeah. 100%.
Right. They put in that work. They got the materials and the machines to be able to do it that way. I think it deserves that loyalty as a Star Wars fan to be like, okay, I'm gonna go see it the way how they intended it to be seen.
Plus, if we do that, they're looking at those numbers and they're thinking, okay, this works, so we're gonna keep doing more of this.
Yeah. I mean,
so
I got
I want
no
more.
problem being a dedicated Star Wars fan and helping those numbers
Right.
grow.
Same. You'll have no issues for me. Yeah.
How was what time did you see the movie?
I saw it at 7. It was like 7:30, 7:45 at night.
Okay. And how was the theater? How was the people, the goers? Like, how did it feel?
It felt like we were back, kind of. I don't know how to word this PR like, but AMC is one of those theaters that unfortunately they aren't pulling the numbers they did 10, 15, 20 years ago. So plus it was a Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't as
full.
Yeah, it wasn't as full as it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
But you very clearly could tell who was there for what. I went with my friend Casey and her husband. They saw his two brothers and their wives, and they're like, "Oh my god, we didn't know you're going to see this movie." And then when we're all sitting down,
that gives me chills. I love that.
They're like, "Yeah." And then one of them he had like an Empire Strikes Back shirt on. He's like, "I'm so happy we're here," and I was like, "That's what I'm talking about."
That warms my heart. It's such. A movie premiere is such a fun time to be, especially a Star Wars movie premiere.
Yeah.
But it's such a fun time to be a fan because that's so cool that you walk into a space that you're like, all right, it's just me, it's my friend, and it's her husband. I mean, like, I'm excited to be here, but how's the fandom gonna take it? And then to walk in and be like, oh, they know that person, they know that person, they know that person, I know that person. That's such like it's such a cool community bring together. It's like, oh yes.
Yeah, and it took me back to, what was it, 2015, because I saw it with the same friend. She wasn't married to her husband at that point, so it was just me and her, and we were waiting in this long line for The Force Awakens in the same movie theater. Again, that's the one we always see it at. And it just took me back to that moment. I was like, I've missed this feeling so much. Lucasfilm, don't you ever leave the movie theaters again. Don't you ever leave me again, please.
Don't get us wrong. We love the TV shows you're putting out.
Yes, absolutely.
But there's something about sitting there, you know, in your seats on the big screen with your bag of popcorn or your snacks or whatever, and just enjoying it with the people who are around you.
Yeah.
It's such a cool experience. I went and saw it at 11:30 at night. Okay. On Thursday, so it
like I think it worked because I was leaving it and you were going to, so I was like, all right, see you on the other side.
I think I got the text, movie just ended, as I sat in my seat.
Oh yeah,
like almost the exact second, like I sat down, I got a text from you saying our movie just ended. And it was funny because I was so excited to be there. I'm a previews guy. I like getting to the movies a little bit early, but I was so excited to get there that I was the only person with my wife in the theater at that point. So there's a really hilarious photo of, I'll post it on Instagram after this. There was a really hilarious photo of just me in my seat, like 4 rows up from where my wife was taking the photo, and there's no one.
That's hilarious.
And did they give you crowns? Did they give you paper crowns?
No, we just got, so the things I got were the Star Wars Unlimited cards.
Yeah.
We didn't get crowns, unfortunately.
Okay. We had paper crowns, almost like Burger King crowns, and they said the Mandalorian Grogu. They had the Grogu ears, which was really fun.
These are the cards.
I hope they still have them when I go.
I haven't opened them yet. They gave me 3 because there were 3 of us who went. I accidentally kept all 3 of them.
Okay, well, I mean, if one were to go missing and come to your boy who actually has a bunch of Star Wars Unlimited cards, just
listen, I don't know what happened to him, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh man. Okay, regardless,
that would suck. Yeah.
Now, overall rating, Star Wars, spoiler free, overall rating. Hit me with a number out of 10.
8
8.
out of 10.
8
Yeah.
out of 10. I gave it a solid 8.3.
Okay.
Yeah. I definitely think that there were. I have some notes.
Hmm.
But I think it was just a fun movie. And what's so wrong with that? I saw someone on social media uh giving people, crap and issues for claiming that it was a fun movie. What's wrong with having a fun movie? What's wrong with having a movie that you can come back to and be like, I enjoyed
Absolutely
that?
nothing. Yep.
Right.
I
Right.
agree. Yep.
I mean, like it wasn't the movie of the century.
Hmm.
It wasn't the best Star Wars movie I've ever seen. Is it a good movie? Yes. Is it a fun movie? Absolutely. Does it tell a story? 100%.
Yep.
Did I cry? Yeah. There was a couple moments where I was like, oh God, got me.
Yep.
Um, but was it beautiful? And did I have a great time? Yes.
100%. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't give it an 8 because it wasn't. I again the education master's degree, right?
Right.
I took points off. I wasn't adding points.
Right.
So I started off with 10 out of 10, and I was like, okay, well maybe we could have did that, maybe we could have did that. Let's change this up next time or something like that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like I wasn't going into it being like, what can I give this points for?
Right.
Or
Right.
something like that,
Right. I came in ready to have a great time.
Exactly.
And so did my wife. It was great because she came in like no expectations, period. Um, and she walked out having a similar score, maybe like a couple of like point, like decimal points
Mhm.
lower than me. Um, but she's like, it was cute, and Grogu's adorable, and I
Yep.
had a great time.
And that's
Like,
all. And what more could we want?
yep. What more could I ask for? As
Yeah.
as someone who like introduced her to Star Wars, what more could I ask for that she's coming out of a Star Wars movie and being like, I had a great time.
Yep, for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah. I What was I gonna say? I do wish we could have seen it together. I just wish you were here for a few more days just so we could see it.
I know. We should have
But
just robbed the theater and been like, "You put this on."
yeah, put
Like,
it because
because
I already know they
we
got
know
it.
they have it.
Listen,
They had it.
as a former AMC employee, they
They
had that
had it.
movie well before Thursday. They had that movie well before Thursday.
Oh
I'm
man.
gonna tell y'all right now. It is not the only the only movie theaters that have the movie aren't the ones that you see having the early screenings. They had that Sugar Honey Iced Tea probably the week before.
Well, yeah, 'cause
Okay.
weren't they doing not full showings, but weren't they doing like special premiere
Yeah,
like
so
sneak
some
peeks
people
on
could
May
see
4th?
people could go see like I think it was like the first 20. So like Fortnite did the first 10. I think
Yeah.
people could see like the first 20 or
Yeah.
something.
Okay.
And that's what
So they definitely had it.
yeah. Mhm.
100%.
Yeah, they definitely had it. So, but it's fine. That's fine. The next movie we'll see it together.
Yeah, we will. 100%.
I'm manifesting it right now
Make it happen.
because once a year in the same vicinity, it ain't gonna cut it for me any
Nope.
longer.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
Jordan, it's been twice a year already.
yeah. So it's been twice already this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was up there in March. So yeah. So maybe
So
I should just come down there a third time at the end of the year or
yeah,
something.
so maybe twice a year isn't enough.
No, it most definitely isn't. Maybe I'm just saying I have no idea what I'm doing for my birthday, so
Ooh.
it'd be a real shame if I was if I was up there.
I don't know.
It'd be a real shame.
It would be. So your overall rating was an 8. Mine was like an 8.3. I went to an event and we got to see 25 minutes of the movie. It was random parts of it. Oh, so it was bits here and there.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So did you get to see like the first 10 minutes along with like additional somewhere else? Let us know, Hayden, because that's a really good question.
Yeah, that's interesting. That they'd be like, here's like bits and pieces
Yeah.
His 25 minutes worth of a movie. I don't
Or was
know.
it like 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes? Like
Yes.
here's 5 minutes here, here's 5 minutes here, here's 5 minutes
Yeah.
here, here's 5 minutes here. Um, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure how that. Not how.
I wonder if they're
Yeah,
testing something with that, like premiere wise, because like a lot of
maybe.
because it used to be like influencers and celebrities would go to like the big premiere. And what
Yeah.
I've noticed with the Mandalorian marketing is like the
They,
bigger you are, the closer you got to the premiere. So you had the premiere where there were like influencers with millions of followers, and they've
mhm,
probably been in a show or two who made cameos, and they're at the premiere, right? With all the celebrities.
yeah.
Then you had like middle tier, hundreds of thousands of followers. They're going to the early screenings with the random 25 minutes
Yeah.
or something like that. Then you have costuming groups who are local. They got early screenings the week of. So like we saw it on Thursday, right? So they probably
Yep.
saw it Tuesday or Wednesday. I wonder if they're testing how to get people to be hyped for a movie like
Yeah,
that.
that's a very good question because I mean at least here in America, we did see that, and we saw them cater a lot to the bigger influencers.
Yeah.
But I did see globally them actually try and cater to the not the smaller people, but just everyone in general,
Yeah.
which I thought was very cool.
I
I mean, like,
haven't sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, you're good.
Uh Haven said here it's normal to not see the whole film and random bits like capture the audience to see the whole thing. Okay, yeah. If you I'm not gonna dox you, but yes. That is he's not from here, guys.
That's true. Yeah.
So that actually makes a lot of sense too.
Mhm.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I am just curious. I would be curious on like what bits and pieces were shown.
Yeah,
So,
that'll be interesting because like you don't want to give too much away,
mhm,
which is why I would think they would just go ahead and show like the first 25-ish minutes and be done with it.
right.
Because if you try to go further into the movie, it's like, well,
Yeah,
you know what happens. So it's like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so
Because
I don't know.
like I can look in the movie and directly pinpoint where they would probably end. Like
Mhm.
it might not be dead on 25 minutes, but I can be like, okay, that's where it ends. Cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
Yeah. Okay.
I also want them to get into a better habit with not giving things away. They didn't give a whole lot away in trailers or teasers or um the lead up to the movie. I want them to give us less. There needs to be a level of anticipation as
Mhm.
fans when we're going into the theater.
I agree. Yep. 100%.
Because those trailers and all of that is put together by a PR team,
Yeah.
not by Dave Filoni, not by John Favreau. Obviously, they have to kind of like approve certain things, but they could be showing or giving a different energy than what we actually received, right?
Yeah.
So I want
Mhm.
them to give us as little as possible
Yeah.
from now
Could
on.
you imagine if we like went into the Force Awakens and in the trailer it was like, "Hi, son," and it's Han Solo talking to Kylo Ren?
Oh,
That would have been crazy.
could you imagine going into Force Awakens and them not give us Finn with a lightsaber
Yep.
in the trailer? Like,
Yep.
can you even imagine like how that would have changed the brain psyche of people being like,
My
that
life
was
would have been
good or
forever
that was
changed.
dumb. Yeah, I mean, like, truly, I think there would have been an equal amount of less hate and more hate.
Yeah, for sure.
But anything you want to add before we get to spoiler free or spoiler forward, not free? Like anything without ruining it. Anything that you enjoyed, anything that you liked without getting to the finite of us getting into it.
So I'll say this, and then once we get into it, if I remember, I'll elaborate. I wish they'd spent a little more time in the editing room as far as some voices and sound design went. Um, yeah, it's yeah. I'm gonna leave it there, and when we get there, I'll expand because
Yeah,
that's where one of my points came off.
yeah,
Um, but
that's fair.
yeah, I mean, and then I'll say this too, Zeb, you are missed. Oh, how I've missed you.
I wanted more Zeb,
Yes,
which we
I
got a
think we
lot
got a
of
good
Zeb.
bit, but we could have got more. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, there was a couple scenes that I felt like were a little rushed.
Hmm.
That there could have been a little bit more to it, and we would have gotten more Zeb out of it.
Yeah, one
So,
hundred percent.
all right,
Okay, guys, we're gonna talk about spoilers now. So if you haven't seen the movie, put us on mute, but still keep us on because we can use the
yeah,
views and the likes.
yeah.
Thanks.
Stick around if you've seen it. If you haven't, yeah, just throw us on mute because
Yeah,
a couple extra eyes. Go do a workout. Go for a walk.
right.
Go make
Yeah.
dinner. Um, but yeah. Uh,
I
so
suppose we could start from the beginning. It's a very good place to start.
a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yes. Yeah, let's talk about the opening credits for a second because,
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to call anybody out. That's not why I do any of this. That's not why I ever do any of this, right? But a friend and I, who I met at Celebration and everything, we got into somewhat of a heated debate. And it got so heated, I don't know where we currently stand. It got that bad at one point. Um, because of like how he was describing the opening music and the credits and the crawl or their lack of. Um, so when I am saying this, I'm trying to give my opinion and pinpoint it in the form of telling this story and my interaction with this friend.
Okay.
This is not me. I'm not calling him out. I'm not trying to, speak bad on his name. He's still a great person in the community. I would never, ever, if ever. We just got to a little bit of a heated discussion, and that's okay. Um, he feels like the music and the opening credits and the fact that it was like, here's the Mandalorian and here's Grogu and here's what they're doing. Okay,
Yeah.
the movie's starting. He felt like that immediately took him out of it. And I'm like, damn, already? Like, come on, man.
Has
Like,
he never seen a standalone Star Wars movie?
that's what I was trying to get him to understand. And then he was like, the crawl and things like that. That's what makes Star Wars Star Wars. And then, this just feels like a one-off of, you could take Star Wars out of it and it could still be a movie. It doesn't make it Star Wars. And I'm like, for me, you save the opening crawl for a saga movie.
Yeah. I mean, like
We're not
that's been coined as an episode movie thing. And the
right.
one time that they did it for Clone Wars.
Yep. And so it's like I had a hard time kind of understanding where he was coming from because it's
Yeah.
like if you've already been taken, especially because the discussion dove into the rest of the movie after that, but I had a hard time kind of keeping up with him because if you already taken out the movie, Din Djarin ain't even came on the screen yet.
Yeah.
Why? What are we doing here? You know what I mean? But I thought it was fine. It said the Mandalorian and his apprentice Grogu, also apprentice. Clocked that. I clocked it. Sure did. I thought it was fine, especially for those of us who haven't watched the show since season 3 ended. I was gonna do a rewatch, and I just ran out of time.
I did do a rewatch, and truly, it does not. You don't miss anything in between
Right.
end of season 3 and the beginning of Mandalorian and Grogu.
Mhm.
Like it's not explained until further into the movie, but like what he's doing right now is what he's kind of been doing.
Right.
But also he could have been only doing it for a week. Like there's no proof one way or the other.
Yep.
Back to the crawl thing for a second. Rogue One Solo I'm missing a standalone movie.
Weren't those the?
Were those were the only two? Were they?
Yeah.
Or am I missing one?
No,
But
that's it. Mhm.
okay, Rogue One, easily one of the top movies that Star Wars fans everywhere agree is a very good movie for the most part.
Yeah.
No crawl. Solo, another movie where people have very mixed opinions on. I very much like it. A lot of people do not. No crawl. Both
I love
standalone
Solo.
movies. So do I. But that's a story for a different day. Mandalorian and Grogu is a standalone Star Wars movie. It's not going to get a crawl.
Right.
It's not going to get a title crawl. I mean, like there's no. If it got a title crawl, I would be like, okay, this is weird. Like truly, I would have sat there, been like, this is strange.
Like, what are we doing?
The title crawl doesn't make a Star Wars movie.
Right. I will say, with that being said, everything Lucasfilm related. So like, Indiana Jones, Star Wars, all that is gonna have Lucasfilm come across the screen.
Yeah,
that gave me goosebumps. I was like, we are so
sitting in the theater and it to be pitch black and then
Lucasfilm,
yeah. Oh yes, that makes
that's gonna do it for me every time. I don't care how good or bad the movie is. That's gonna do it for me every time.
That and sitting on my couch and hearing the 20th Century Fox rumble. Those are the two things in my head that make a Star Wars movie.
Yep.
I get it. The opening crawl to episode 4 is my alarm in the morning. Like the Star Wars theme is my phone alarm. It has been my phone alarm, and it will forever be my phone alarm because it gets me up. It's the one thing that gets me up. But that doesn't make a Star Wars movie,
right? And like I said earlier, we've moved. I feel like, at what point do we say, all right, it's time to move on and find new ways and new formats to make a Star Wars movie what it is? Because if we do the same things we did in the late 70s and the early 2000s, it's going to run stale.
Yeah, we can't be stuck making the same content over and over again. We're not going to move anywhere. Like if we're stuck on this ideal that this is what makes Star Wars, we will literally go nowhere.
Yep.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, and so it was just, and then he had like an issue with the music, and I was like, all right, dude, okay, okay.
He has an issue. He has the issue with the music, with the musical director who made all of the music for The Mandalorian so far, and made the music for Black Panther, easily one of the most amazing soundtracks.
Yeah,
I mean, we're not talking.
I have a theory,
John Williams. We're not talking John Williams, who's world renowned, but it's not like he doesn't have his credentials. Right. It's not like he hasn't put in the work to get to where he is.
Yeah, and he's not. And I want to make it clear, he's not the only person I've seen say this. It's also on Twitter, and everyone's like, "Oh, this music I just don't understand the funky pop music." And even with the Acolyte, they were like, "Why did they add a pop song to release the Acolyte?" And I'm like, "Because it's 2025, and people release songs that go with shows. Star Wars was never exempt from that. Just because it didn't happen when we were kids doesn't mean it can't happen now."
Correct.
Like that's insane.
I'm so sorry. The content is now being made for this generation,
right?
And the diehard fans.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I just don't. Plus, if you have all these musical people attached to this project, of course they're gonna release a song. Take Lion King, for example. I know I said I wasn't gonna talk about Beyonce, but look. Her and her daughter were in the 2 Lion King movies, right? Okay. She made a whole album for that movie. She's Beyonce. She's a musical artist before she's an actress. Of course, she was going to make music for the show. Of course, musical artists who knew the cast of Acolyte were going to be like, yeah, I'm going to make a song for this movie or this show.
Right.
Of course, the Mandalorian's going to have funky beats in it because he's on a funky planet.
Right.
I don't get it.
There's no way around this.
Right. And so my counter argument to anyone who feels that way is go back and watch the 2008 Clone Wars movie. You actually don't even have to do that, although I highly recommend it. It's a very underrated movie.
Wow.
Go to whatever a music app you have. Look up the Clone Wars movie. Go all the way down to Obi-Wan to the Rescue. And
Wow.
please tell me, based off of your own mind train of thought, that song, based off your own line of thinking, should not have ever been in that movie. I'm just saying, I love it.
That's such a deep cut. I love that. I
It's
love
the
that so
deepest of
much.
cuts, right?
I mean, like down to the name of the song.
Yes.
It's that's so funny. I love that. Tell him, preach.
I listen. Wake it up, clock it.
Yeah,
That's what I do.
truly.
Sorry, my mom's texting me. Mom, why are you
No, no, it's okay. I mean, because to piggyback off of your thought, the music design was there for a reason.
Yeah,
If they didn't think it was a good idea, they wouldn't have done it.
exactly.
Truly, if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. We are in very special hands. The
Mhm.
hands that are holding Star Wars right now are hands of fans. They're hands of three individuals. And I'm only hitting the big three. There are so many other tiny little names that were not focused on. All of the people behind the picture. I stayed till the very end of the credits, not for a post credit scene, not for this or that, but to actually appreciate the people who worked on the project. There's so many people who have hands in Star Wars right now that are doing their absolute best to give us the
Yep.
best content possible.
Yeah.
So every time
Yeah.
I say Jon Favreau, Sam Witwer, and Dave Filoni, I'm also saying all of the other people who are working on it.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to understand that at the end of the day, that those three can only do so much without everyone else. Without the bones, the sweat, the tears, the late nights, the coffee runs, the 2 a.m. Sandwich smudge across your face, still designing and working and building.
Writing episodes for shows while you're on your way to a convention. Dave Filoni literally said he was doing that with Tales of the Jedi.
Exactly.
Every time he was on a plane, he was writing these one-offs about like Ahsoka and Dooku, and that's what Tales of the Jedi became. Like it's the little stuff like that. Yeah.
So we are in very special hands right now.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. I appreciate what they're doing, and I cannot be more happy with what they've given us. Like I said, are there notes? Yes. Am I happy?
Won't be notes.
100%. Yeah, there's always room for improvement.
Yeah.
But from the beginning, I loved the opening scene where Imperial's sitting at the table, and he's like, I'm the guy. Like, you all work for me. I take care of you, but you got to pay me more. I'm not getting paid enough. All this money, I need all this money right now. And everyone around the table is like, we can't. We are literally losing
operating
money
at a loss.
Yeah, we're losing money working with you. And it's entirely out of fear. It still shows that like the Empire is gone, but they're still working in fear.
Yeah.
And it's not working. Because then we hear, red alert. And we just get these little clips in and out of Mando taking out trooper after trooper.
And you get the best intro ever.
I think my favorite scene was when he took out the guy. He took out one trooper, and the entire Beskar lit up with red. And like you can just see the silhouette of him, and then it goes dark again as he goes down a different hallway. I thought that was so cool.
Me the whole time, SpongeBob, you want to be a Jedi, don't you, Mandalorian?
It was just so good. It was such a good scene. And then for them to give, he gave all of them guns to like defend him and cover fire, and then he takes out flamethrower on both of them. It takes them both out, and they throw their guns
and
down
they're like, "You got it."
He's there. Take the elevator.
You got it.
Yeah, a fantastic scene. And then our first introduction to Grogu in the movie when the mouse droid is trying to go and get reinforcements, and he hops out. Adorable. Absolutely adorable.
Yeah. Yeah, that whole sequence, I was like, yeah, we're back. We're so back. When he's popping in and out of the dark, like you said, I was like, he wouldn't be a Jedi, but then I was like, all right, close enough. Welcome back, Batman. But that was when I was like, I wonder if there could have been like some aliens in this scene, but then I was like, it's the Empire. They're
Mhm.
not really messing with aliens like that, so I'm
I
gonna
mean,
leave it alone.
we got one alien and he shot him.
Yeah, so it's like, all right.
Yeah.
Which I mean, and that's what the Empire does. I mean,
Yep.
he was talking back to him, and he an alien. Yeah, you gotta go.
Yep.
So yeah,
Then to lead to the AT-AT scenes, and if you played Fortnite and you went to the Fortnite Island on Navarro, you got to see all of this. If you haven't done that yet, I think it's still up. I highly recommend it. It's just a cool experience being on
yeah.
Navarro. Um,
Like I finally got to do it the other day, even though I already saw the movie. I thought it was still pretty
Same.
cool to do
Yeah,
that.
no, it was still very fun to do it. But so we get the full AT-AT scene, and he's blowing them up one by one, and then we get our little deep cut. And I want to pull it up. AT. No, not AT&T.
It's
I want to pull this up. What was the little ship inside of it? Oh God.
oof. I don't know.
What ship was inside the AT-AT Star Wars? I don't think that's right. It's not a Y-85 Titan dropship. Yeah, no. I can't remember it. That's really annoying.
Somebody correct us in the comments. No.
Please. Oh, found it. The INT-4.
Okay.
Deep cut from back in the day.
Right.
So this was never actually a set. It was never in any movies ever before. It was just a toy. I watched a very cool video about it the other day. So it was a line of toys that were kind of cheaply made, and kind of poorly put together, but they were for kids who couldn't afford the big sets.
Mm-hmm.
These were a line of toys that, if mom and dad couldn't get you the Millennium Falcon, couldn't get you an AT-AT, couldn't get you the Darth Vader ship, could get you, a couple of a snowtrooper and a pilot and a little ship to play with. And I thought that was such like a cool, like I'm getting chills just think of it. I think that's such a cool thing to have been provided back to the fans and been like, yeah, this is for you guys. It's not in here long. It doesn't add anything to the story or take anything away from the story.
Yep.
This is for you. Thank you for being fans. I thought that was absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. Then we got our Top Gun scene because he takes off with Zeb, and we get our full, actual title crawl.
That was really good. I like that a lot.
I thought it was so cool over a Delphi base.
Yeah.
I like I was sitting there next to my wife. I'm like, Top Gun. This is Top Gun.
Yes.
You had the sunset, and you had, the ships coming in and out, and you had the pilots walking around. I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, that was great. And then I saw a name that I forgot about, and it said Martin Scorsese, and I was like, Martin Scorsese?
Yeah.
What is happening? And then I remembered he played the little the alien who wanted nothing to do with Mandalorians.
Yeah,
nonsense. He was like, I don't know anything. Keep your money, please.
Yeah, which was such a funny poll because he obviously plays the same species that Jon Favreau did in Solo.
Yeah.
I thought that was fun. As well as there's a really cool interview with Jon Favreau where he talks about like working with Martin Scorsese. All of those lines were improv.
Wow,
like they had a script for him, but it was very loosely followed. And he kind of just did his own thing. And I thought that was really fun that he just got to play around with being in Star Wars.
Yeah,
Um,
that's so cool.
I will say, back to Adelphi Base really quick. I didn't like that they just gave him a Razor Crest. I was a big fan of the N1 Starfighter, huge fan. Like when they gave that to us,
Mhm.
that was awesome. That
Yeah,
then they told us that the Razor Crest was a very niche ship, hard to find, very difficult, one
yeah.
of a kind. And then he just rolls up,
It's
no
like,
other.
oh, this collector had one. Haha.
Yeah. This Imperial collector had one, and it just crazy enough is in the same color scheme as your N1 Starfighter with the all
Right. They
silver and a
did
little
that
bit of
on purpose.
yellow. Yeah, I'm not mad about it, but I'm also at the end of the day, I'm like, really,
Yeah.
was this really necessary?
No, I mean, yes, because Zeb was on the mission too, and Zeb couldn't fit in one. But like, also,
Yeah, but Zeb also fit in the U-wing that he flew in the beginning of the movie, so
that's so true.
another one of my very favorite ships. U-wing is awesome.
Yes. Yeah,
Uh,
that was a weird, I guess, throwaway
yeah.
line. I mean, I guess if you're gonna, I guess you could easily, if you want to introduce something and you're trying to figure out how to do it.
Do it
Old
there.
Imperial had it. Sorry,
Yeah,
So
yeah,
so I get it,
yeah.
but at the same time, like, if we were just gonna bring the Razor Crest back, why did we get rid of it in the first place?
Right, right.
Once I accepted that we got rid of it, and then we got this badass N1, why are we going back to the
Where are we
Razor
going? Yeah, like
Crest?
where are we going back on our decision that we had made?
Yeah.
But um, then we get this transition to this really cool. And my wife kind of said it the best, almost Japanese esque planet.
Hmm.
And we've seen them take a lot of inspiration from like Tokyo and just Japan in general, for all of Star Wars and these neon lights and um, like street vendors and stuff like that. Um, very beautifully and well done. Um, Space in general, like
Yeah.
the entire layout of the planet and the way how it felt when he was walking around was very cool.
Yeah. And that's where we get our funky beats.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love the funky beats. Funky beats are great.
Yes.
Um,
Um,
but then we're still kind of back to your other point. We're still kind of in a moment where like we're not getting a whole lot of aliens.
right. And that would have been like
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah, because like he goes to talk to he goes to find Rod of the Hutt basically.
Mhm.
And he ends up talking with Martin Scorsese's character, and obviously alien, but he directs him to another guy, to Card, um, who we find out is running this underground fighting league, pocketing a bunch of money.
Yeah.
But all of his thugs, besides one guy, are non-aliens.
Hmm. I
This
believe I
is
believe that is correct.
it's a Star Wars movie. And then the one guy was um, I'm gonna butcher this. Itachi. Itachi. He's the same species of CC10. So the Jedi Knight
Okay.
CC10 with the horns. That was our one non alien guy, or,
Yeah.
or, or our one alien guy, not a
Right.
non-alien. Um, Beats that guy's horn off. I like that fight scene quite a bit.
Yeah,
It
that was
it
real cool.
it felt more Western. Felt very
Hmm.
Western. It was a full
Yeah.
bar fight. Um, the birds I could have used a lot less of. The screaming and the chanting. Like I get it,
Yeah,
but it
that
was
was a
just a
little
lot.
jarring.
Yeah, it's just a lot.
Yeah. Like I get he's like a collector. He's like, make sure my pets are fine.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I guess, but like
Go on.
right.
Salt being like the major currency on the planet was kind of fun
Mhm.
because it's such a hard mineral to come by. and then we get introduced to Rada. How do we feel about Rada?
Rada, listen, he may or may not have made it on my hear me out list, but we don't have to talk about that right now. That Rada, listen, it's been a long time. Jabba Jr. It's been quite a while. Last time we saw you, you were getting kidnapped by another evil force. Get it together? Question mark. But
what's going on?
Right. Why do you keep getting kidnapped? That's why you keep getting kidnapped.
I put Hannah's video on my story. I don't know if you saw her videos of the introduction from Clone Wars.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I'm
gonna call him Stinky.
Yeah.
Now he's like a grown ass man who could bench the Death Star if he wanted to.
The whole Death Star. Yeah.
Yeah. Rada was great. Now here's where my criticism was
for the
coming
voice
in.
acting. Yeah.
Yes, because it was Jeremy Allen White, right?
Yeah.
So if you watch The Bear, he's the guy blonde hair in The Bear, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bear, Shameless.
Yeah. So if you watch Shameless, he's lit from Shameless.
He was just in something. He was just in something else, wasn't he?
Episodes of Law and Order also when he was real young.
Oh yeah, he was Bruce Springsteen and Springsteen Deliver Me Nowhere. He was something else that I saw. I can't remember, but regardless, hit it.
Yeah, and so like when he first talked, I was like, okay, I can kind of tell this Jeremy Allen White, but like it's Rada, right? It wasn't like. So it didn't take me out of it. But then as the movie progressed and when he kept talking, like you could tell some scenes there, like, okay, we're gonna modulate his voice and like pay attention to what we're doing. And then some scenes you like this was like they were night of, they're trying to get it done. Okay, great. Because you could very clearly hear Jeremy Allen White, not Rada.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then at the end of the movie, they brought it back. It was like, okay, now he's back to Rada. Yeah. So we kept getting like Rada Jeremy.
Yeah, it was a lot, right? Yeah. Like and to your point, I don't know if it was 100% well done or if it was on purpose or if it was, just the way how all of the sounds kind of meshed together, where we were losing it and then getting it back.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, Hutts already speak in a challenging way because the way they talk, they almost don't need a microphone because of how they speak with such authority and aggression and slime.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see that being a thing where it's like, and Jeremy Allen White doesn't necessarily have that kind of voice. You know what I mean?
It makes me question a couple different things. Number one, well, let me critique something really quick. I didn't like how many times Hutts spoke common in this movie. Okay, that's critique. Question number one. How long? Rada was my favorite part of the movie. You may be onto something. Jeremy said in an interview he did the voice a long time ago, but they pulled him back for more recently. Oh, okay, so maybe they had some stuff, did it, fully edited it, and instead of redoing all the lines, they just had him come back in to do a couple of touch-ups. Okay, it's fair. Question number one is, how long had Rada been captured for? Right? Mm-hmm. Because if he was speaking Huttese normally, was he captured for so long that he learned common?
Right.
Number two, why had it taken this long for the twins to kind of go after Rada?
Right.
Because
they were like, the only picture we have is of him as a baby.
Right.
And as those of us who've been around for a while, we know that was back in the Clone Wars. The hero of the galaxy ain't even been born yet.
Yeah.
Luke and Leia aren't even born yet. This was like 30 plus years in the past.
Yeah. Reference from 3 to 6 or 3 to 4 is 19 years. From 4 to 6 is like, I want to say 5 to 7 years. Mm-hmm. And then from 6 to probably where we are, it's probably like another 3 years. So we're looking at like anywhere from 28 to 32 years worth of
Yeah.
time of you kind of never interacting with Rada before.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden you're like, he
What's going
needs
on?
he needs to be here so we can have the throne.
Yeah, and
The
how long?
throne you
And how
already had
long?
on Tatooine when you were talking to Boba Fett.
Right.
Hmm.
I have the throne. You mean so we can
Yeah.
kill him, so we can take everything? Yes.
Right.
But how long had be him? How long had he been taken from Jabba? Like, did he know his dad's dead? Obviously, he does. But like when he was he taken before? Was he
Yeah.
taken after? Like when his dad died, that someone came in and be like, "I'm gonna steal that guy who's no longer a child and turn him into a big fighter." Like, had it been 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? Like, how long
Yeah.
had he been
It
missing?
had to have been a significant amount of time for him to be able to process and understand that he didn't want to live in his dad's shadow.
Right.
So I'm thinking he was at least late teens, early adulthood.
Yeah.
Because he has to be like what, 30?
Yeah. I mean,
If he was a baby
and given
in
that
the first year of the Clone
live
Wars,
for so long, I mean,
yeah,
like, Grogu's 50 and he acts 4.
yeah,
Rada could easily be like 23, but if their lifespan is like 300 years instead of 900 like Yoda is, 23 might be like early mature, and that's kind of how he acted. He acted, very like full head and like, I'm gonna do this my way. I know what I'm talking about.
yeah,
I'm a fight, whatever. Get out of here, Mando.
right, yeah. Reddit people on Reddit are theorizing that he's like late 30s, early 40s, which I mean, I guess. Like we said, he had long lifespan, so like 30s and 40s is not going to be the same as like you and I 30s and 40s.
Yeah, I mean, like, we don't know how old Rada was in the Clone Wars.
Yeah,
Could
so
have been 12 in Clone Wars, and that's how he acted when he was 12.
right,
Easy,
so
no clue.
like Anakin and Ahsoka were just assuming he was a baby,
Yeah,
very much in the
because he
same
was a
sense
baby.
that
Yeah.
in the sense that we're like, oh, Grogu's a baby, but he's actually 50 years old. It's probably something similar.
Yeah. So,
Hey John Favreau, hey, if you're watching this, like, how old is Brother the Hutt?
yeah, let us know,
Because I know you're watching. Why wouldn't you be watching? Thanks.
Bye.
But yeah,
thank you so much. Love you. Bye.
Yeah. Jabba doesn't seem too worried about his son in Return of the Jedi, so he was probably fine then. But it seems he spent more of his life around people than his own family. Yeah, and that would be something. That would be something interesting to like, discuss. Do it. I forgot what word I was trying to use, but if they were to do like a prequel and like find a way to bring Jabba back, this would be like I would be interested in that, but I'm also
or
obsessed
even
with
in
family
like
drama. So,
or even in Maul,
Mhm.
because we know he has
because they're both still
interactions
alive.
with.
Yeah,
We know he has interactions with the crime syndicates. Like maybe we get, or we just hear in the background like, oh, Rada's been taken, or like, oh, Rada is going somewhere or whatever. Just like a small, like, just kind of like wedge it in there.
Yeah, it don't gotta be, but 100% does not have to be a big thing.
It doesn't have to lead to
make a big.
Truly, it doesn't have to lead to anything.
Not everything does. So,
No, but
yeah, for sure. That was also one of the things that I was like, we're kind of spending a long time on this, guys. Like, he gets to the planet, he talks to the guy, gets some information, goes to the fighting ring. Okay, cool. He goes back, finds Martin Scorsese, and is like, I need more information. Martin Scorsese's like, no. Gives him more information. They go, he's like, I'm not gonna fight for you. And then he goes to break Rada out. He gets stunned or gassed or whatever. He's knocked out. Now they're fighting, and then they are doing this high-speed chase in the city. And I was like, all of these sequences are great by themselves, but we have spent way too long getting to this point.
And they oddly felt,
for me,
they felt really long and then really rushed, and then really long and then really rushed.
Yes.
Yeah. Like we'd hit like a wall, and we'd spend too much time with it. And then we realize we're behind a wall and we have to get to the next wall as fast as possible.
Right. But then when we get to that wall, we got to slow down again. It's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
hey,
No,
come on.
Easter eggs. Thought it was really fun. Let me remember what it's called. Dejark, which is the holographic chess. That pan when they let all of the beasts up, and that overhead pan that we got kind of like on an angle to overhead, and it's the exact same board, and then these are the exact same creatures. Oh,
Yes.
chef's kiss.
Yes.
Beautiful. One of my favorite little, it's because it's not a what's the word? It's not like an Easter egg. I think it's just a callback, right? It's just a beautiful like, you Star Wars fans, this one's for you.
Yes.
So that was such a fun little aspect, because originally in episode 4, and then it's been shown throughout. It's shown in Solo, shown in Rebels, shown in episode 4. So it's a very, very fun thing to fall back onto. The creatures were a lot.
In the fighting pit or just in general?
Yeah. I think that was another one of those walls. Like when they got released, I think we spent a lot of time, and I don't think it was bad because I think it was something that the fans needed to see. Like especially people were like, "Oh, that's the chess." He could have been. He could have been off-world and taken after news of Jabba's death. Yeah, that's what I think. Somewhere around there, Joey. I think that's probably when something happened. Like, oh, Jabba's dead. All right, we're gonna go kidnap his son and make a bunch of money. And then he's like, I don't want to go back. I'll fight for you. And they're like, okay, you're making us money, so we're not gonna send you. We're not gonna ransom you off.
Yeah.
But I thought the Jajaric scene was very cool. What else a part of that? A part of this planet. Him trying to run from Mando seemed really dumb.
Yeah, I don't know. That entire. I guess they were just trying to be like, "Hey guys, look what we can do with Huts now," because they don't have to be puppets; they can be CGI.
Yeah,
and that's fine. Like, the fighting was great. Him body slamming people and rolling around, that was cool.
Yeah,
they kind of took it a step too far when they're like, he's like trying to run.
Sure. I mean, like, I think there was also a lot of like missed opportunities for dialogue and all of that. A lot of blank spacing and just no one talking and just being like, oh,
yep.
And then silence, and they're moving and they're just doing things, but there's like no talking whatsoever. I think that was very much a missed opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
But and then we get him in the ship, and he's like, "No, don't take me back. I'll give you information. Information on what? Oh, that guy we were just talking to. He's the Imperial you're looking for. Coincidence? I think not. Little rushed. Just seems a little like too good to be true.
When I texted you, there were some things that they could have, like, throughout the movie in general, there are things that they told us that they could have just showed us, and things they showed us that they probably should have just told us. And this was a prime example of that. Why, how, and why did we get here? We spent a little. We're not spending enough time on this. You know what I mean?
And then it led into more not spending time on it because we show up outside his like little beach house, huge beach house, swarmed with stormtroopers.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's walking in the room. We spent no time of Mando coming from where they were on the dune to being in the house. And I thought that was so rushed because then Zeb's fighting in the hallway, and our one bow staff scene that we get, he was so rushed.
Yep.
He was using it as a gun, but him like having it in staff form was so cool, and it was just.
I waited for this for years.
Yeah, and it was just gone. I don't know.
Yeah, and then there was there was something else that they kind of rushed, and I was like,
Was it him like? And I think well, let's stop there. I think that's where like when everyone's like, oh, it could have been just 2 episodes. Them bringing a card or whatever his name was,
The
the Imperial, them bringing him back to Sigourney Weaver, and then him going back to Navarro, end of
yeah,
episode,
yep,
right? And then start of episode is him pulling out and ripping stuff out, which is fun because that's very like Mando coded, where he's like, I
yeah,
gotta make this mine now, and he's pulling out like resistors and things that are slowing the ship down, but like making it effective, uh, and
yeah.
it starts to rain, and then we get our boy.
Yes, the boy. He's that guy.
Truly,
Simply that guy.
and we get our little with the dog, and Embo comes up, but like that's end of episode 1, beginning of episode 2, and
Yep.
that's really how it felt.
Yeah. No,
Like
for sure.
it didn't kind of flow like I wanted it to.
Yeah. No, I get it. And then like it didn't flow like I wanted to either. Especially because really, to be honest, you can pluck 3 episodes out of that movie. And the 3rd episode for me is after he's kidnapped, taken back to Nalhutta. You're being punished for breaking our deal. Okay. Goes into the pit, right? Fights the giant snake and all that.
Yep.
That's the end of episode 2. The end of episode, now it is a filler episode.
Yeah.
But episode 3 could be a filler. It was the filler of him
surviving, yeah, and like
surviving, right? And
him getting better, and Grogu like helping him,
like,
yeah, yep,
yeah. That was another thing that I was like, this was a touching scene.
Oh, beautiful, adorable,
beautiful. But
I cried when Mando finally woke up. But yeah,
but we spent a lot of time to get here.
Yep.
More time than we probably should have, that we could have been doing something else.
And don't get me wrong, it was very cute. Seeing 100%. Grogu build his own Dagobah hut, seeing him walk around with his own little staff, stealing food from the Bayou man. I
part of me likes to think that Yoda was like, do this, you must.
I thought it was very cute.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And I truly, one of the coolest things I think we got out of this movie was Nalhutta. Seeing Nalhutta in live action, because the last time we saw Nalhutta was Clone Wars. We've never seen it before. The home world of the Hutts.
Yep. So I thought it was the Hutt's grandma.
Yeah.
Zero's mother.
Yeah.
I was like, we don't ever.
How you doing, baby?
We don't ever have. I remember sitting down and watching the episode and be like, I don't ever have to watch this episode ever again.
Oh man, it's so funny though. It like the voice acting in that episode is so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, seeing Nalhutta in live action, it was so cool with like all of the refurbished droids. A part of me thought that they were gonna bring out like Jabo and be like, oh yeah, he's our tech worker.
Yes.
But obviously that that would have been a real deep cut for Jabo to show up and be like, yeah, I work for
that would have been if Mandalorian was directed by Dave Filoni.
Yeah.
Not Jon Favreau.
But I really liked the Bayou man. I really liked him, the dragon guy. I kind of wish they would have given us a scene of him like in his rocking chair as the X-Wings left the planet. I think that would have been really cool. Like when
what the heck?
Yeah. Well, no, it's just been like, it's finally over kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Fight scenes were pretty cool. I don't think I liked. I really don't think I liked the Hutts fighting each other. The big slimy slap.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I don't know if that was something I ever needed to see.
Yeah, truly.
I get it though, because they're desperate, and it's kind of like last attempt to put Rada in his place.
Yeah, but it's just like there's a lot.
There's just 3 giant slugs bumping around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah. No. Yoda or not Yoda, Grogu using the Force. See, now you talking about Yoda, and now you got me. Now
I
you
know.
got
I'm
me like,
sorry.
Grogu using the Force to pull Rada out of the hole was fun. And then the snake. I really liked there was, and I don't know if you clocked it. There was a really cool detail that they put in there that I really appreciated
Mhm.
was that when snakes eat, they don't digest right away. They kind
Yeah.
of and so it
I
ate the
thought I
one,
was tripping at
and
first.
then
I
it
was
ate
like,
the other, and then it went to
did
go
they
under the
not?
water, and it's got like
Did
this
they not
big old
do this right? Yeah.
it's got this big old hump right in
Yeah.
its neck from the two that it just ate. I thought that was a very fun detail.
That's good. That is
Yeah.
good.
Um, I think what this movie does is it gets us ready for Mandalorian season 4.
Yeah, I think
Um,
so too.
as much as I wish that um what is happening in Mandalorian season 4 will be all would have all been thrown together into a movie
Mhm.
instead of this. I think what everyone was hoping for was obviously Mythosaur. So I'm Mythosaur in season 3,
Yeah.
and we didn't get it. Um, more Mandalore. Didn't see any of Mandalore.
I'm just saying, like, Kate Sackhoff should have been in this movie. Bo-Katan should have been in this movie. I'm just saying. Maybe we're gonna get season 4. Yeah, like, come on, guys. Like,
Katie, Katie, we love
we
you. We wanted to see you. I love that you
yes,
were at the premiere. I love that you
yes.
were supporting the film. But I wish I would have seen you in this movie. Can't wait to see you in season 4 of Mandalorian.
I wonder if so we're still getting season 4, right? But I wonder if they're gonna
I
do
think so.
like a sequel to Mandalorian, but it's like the Mando verse. So like Bo-Katan's coming back, Boba
Yeah.
Fett's coming back, Fennec's gonna be there,
I mean, like we knew
and it's
this.
gonna be this like epic
Yeah,
saga of a movie.
we knew that we were getting what we were getting in this movie, and I think people just forgot that Dave Filoni announced that we were getting the Mando verse. And he didn't word it like that, but he said like a movie's in production. We're gonna, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be lighthearted. It's not gonna be super serious.
Yeah.
So we knew what we were walking into, and I think just people forgot. Because like truly myself, I did as well. And then
Yeah. I think we
the
just got
interview
caught up
came
in
back
the
up.
excitement.
Yeah, of course. And it's hard not to. I mean, we got a Star Wars movie
Right.
for the first time in 7 years. It's hard not to be excited as a fan to be like, oh yeah, give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that. And
Yeah.
obviously, they're going to give us something that fulfills that feeling. It's just not now, and that's
Right.
okay.
I think the payoff will be worth it later
Yep.
on down the line.
Yep.
Because if we got that now, while we wanted it now, if we got it now we're looking for that next big thing. And then we're going to be stuck in this rut of like, well, what now? Because after how many years was it after the Clone Wars ended with season 5 before we got Rebels? And then even Rebels was the only thing we had.
Well, we got
if you didn't read a book or anything like that.
We got season 6 of Clone Wars, but they're the lost episodes, right?
Yeah,
The ones
true.
that don't really have much to do with the big picture item. Besides, I mean, I think it was top and 5s.
Trauma.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, 8.3. I think it's really fun. I'm gonna go see it again. You're not gonna be able to stop me from going to see it again.
Exactly. Sorry.
I think it was really fun. We didn't get we got so much development out of Grogu. Because when it was really cute that we started the movie, and I want to bring up this point, and I want to note that this is my wife's thought. That we started the movie with Grogu on Mando's shoulder for the majority of it, and kind of like timid, and he's hiding, and he's like, what are you waiting for? And like, come on, and like, let's go.
It's like,
yeah, exactly, yeah. And then we ended the movie with the Mudhorn sigil on the outside, and him kind of like ready and taking care of things and doing his own vibe. We truly went from a child in the beginning to an apprentice at the end.
Yes.
I thought that was really fun, that development.
Dude, shout out Amber.
Yeah, no, we walked out and she's like, yeah, this is, I think I really like the symbolism behind, him being on his shoulder in the beginning and him being his own kind of person at the end. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, you clocked that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What is Travis? Oh, this we were talking about episode 1.
5 episodes.
Yeah, no, literally.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, if they were all 20-minute episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think, can you throw that comment back up there? I just want to look. I think, to your point, yeah, I think it would do really well as 5 episodes with the pacing fixed, right? Like if we were to take the time to like really spend some time on it, yeah, 100%. Because like we could have gotten more before he took on the Imperial in the very beginning. I think the Cure episode would truly have been the last bit of it. I don't think there was a whole lot we could have added to it. Episode 2, Gladiator, fantastic. I think that's really good. The Deception, I think episode 2 and episode 3 could almost be meshed into one. But I think that's a really, really good point. And episode 4 and 5, I think just leave them the way they are. But yes, I think that's a really amazing comment. You're absolutely right. I think it could have been broken down like that.
Yeah, for sure. I think, and it's funny because I always think I like figure out a director's style after a while. So John obviously worked on like, was it Iron Man 2 or was it both Iron Mans? I don't remember.
Iron Man 1 and on.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's kind of like he's easing us into something, and then the next movie or season or whatever, that's when like things are really gonna pop off with all the characters we want and spend all the time we want on certain things.
I think what we forget is that we're sitting with a very well established director, and he might have not started in Star Wars, but he's certainly gonna end in Star Wars, baby.
Yeah.
Like he gave us Iron Man.
Yeah,
he's easily still holds up to this day as one of the best Marvel movies. So I'm excited. I'm happy.
Same.
I don't know if there's any other spoiler content that I missed.
No, I think we covered everything. This movie was pretty easy to like kind of be like, okay, this, that, and this happened. So
yes, and it was very easy because it was so minimal that we were like, this we did, but this I loved.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I really loved Mando's fight scenes when he's going through all of like the weapons and stuff, and he's like adding them to his body, and he gets his disintegration rifle back. I thought that was really fun.
Now that's a good way to bring back something that was lost.
Yes,
not just being like Imperial Collection.
Yeah, especially because they're they called it the Turtle Gun Runner was the name of his ship, and filled with guns.
Yeah,
and it had a cabinet, and he's messing with it, and there's 4 other on the wall.
Yeah,
very well way to get rid of something and bring something back.
Yep.
We're like, okay, it's not super common, but it's obviously common enough that you can pick up one. There's 3 more on this wall that you can grab from. So,
which I mean, and if you're gonna get a weapon, Nal Hutta, with a crash ship on Nal Hutta, probably makes a lot of sense for someone like Din Djarin. So
Travis said the biggest issue for me was the overabundance of action. It felt it went on too long, especially the shootouts to pad out the runtime. Yeah. No, I agree with that. And then hit us with the other one. Even having chapter breaks in the movie with an information card for each would have been helpful to break it up. I think yeah, I think that would have been cool. I mean, it's hard to do that in a movie, right?
Yeah.
And it's hard.
But you want to do it in a way that doesn't make you feel like you're talking at the audience instead
Yeah,
of showing them a movie.
right, right.
Rada joining the
Or
New Republic.
yes,
Listen, I'm
let's
down.
let's talk about that really quick. Zeb's last line to him was, "I think we've got an outfit that would fit him." Is that a callback to something?
I don't think
I was trying
so.
to. I was trying to think.
I
If,
think it's just Zeb being Zeb.
yeah.
Honestly.
Okay. Because I was trying to go back and think, like, oh, like why would he say that we've got an outfit that could fit him? Is that a
Yeah.
callback to a different character? Is that something? Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe I'll rewatch Rebels to see.
I'm on where am I at? Season 2, episode. Let me pull up my Disney Plus app.
And maybe I should do that before Clone Wars because it's
Yeah.
always so jarring to go from the Clone Wars to the Rebels. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this, but it takes me the entirety of season 1 of Rebels to get reused to the animation.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the skinny lightsaber blades bothered the piss out of me.
Well, okay.
I'm sorry. I know.
All of Rebels, you have to remember. All of Rebels is a beautiful callback to a original concept.
Yes, absolutely. Right? Because Zeb is what Chewbacca was supposed to look like.
Correct. Zeb was how Chewbacca was supposed to look like. Chopper was one of the original concept designs of R2D2.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The lightsabers are the original design. Darth Vader is the original concept art where he's got that long cylindrical face.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to just be like a little bit okay with it to be like, oh yes, this is my little love for callback Star Wars.
Yeah.
Rada joining the New Republic has a lot of story potential. He technically is now heir to the Hutt Empire and with it Hutt space. When he finds out Ahsoka is missing, I see him helping find her.
That is good. I like that. But that's if he knows that she's the one who rescued him. Because he was a baby. So like how do you we don't know how baby memories work. We don't know how Hutt baby memories work.
No, but that's a really amazing point.
That is really good.
I think that'll be, I mean, even if it's so little in Ahsoka season 2, I think that would be a really fun callback.
Yeah.
So that's an amazing point, Travis. Thank you so much for gracing us with that thought. That's very cool. Yeah, no, I now I'm just thinking about it, and it's like I feel like I'm blanking on his name from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And it's like all of the lines put together and be like, stick with me here. Let me explain that this thing ties to this thing and then this and this and this. Yeah, no, I think that would be really fun. Yeah, I just I'm on season 2, episode 22 of Rebels. We just got done blowing up the Sith holocron, and Kanan Jarrus just lost his eyesight. So, yeah,
drama.
Yeah. Great movie. Like I said, gonna see it again.
Yeah,
you are as well.
Yep.
The way I heard the line, it was Zeb saying that no one is too different or weird to fit. Yeah, beautiful. I just didn't know if it was like a callback to something that I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
But yes, yeah, no, that's kind of what I inferred as well. But I something in my head was like, am I missing something?
Yes. But no, yeah, great movie. I'm gonna watch it again. I can't wait for it to be on Disney Plus so I could sit at home and watch it and be like, I just need to turn off the world for a second.
Yep. Yeah, because that's an easy one. That's just like, I mean, there's nothing at stake here, and let me just put it on.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah,
hey, are we gonna be back next Monday?
Listen, I'm here if you're here. Every Monday, I'm here if you're here.
I'm in it for the long haul.
Yes, we'll find something to talk about.
Yeah,
even if we're just ranting and raving about random stuff.
Yeah, it might be a little shorter than normal. Like this one's obviously long because we're talking about a full movie here, and we spent
Yeah.
some spoiler free time as well as spoiler time. So this one right now is looking at like an hour and maybe hour and 36 minute. By
Yeah.
the time we're done chit chatting here, but another way to look at it is someone like Leia or Mon Mothma was always looking forward, optimistic that the Hutts could be allies again with time. Yeah. Yep. Great way. Love it.
I agree. But yeah, I will be back every Monday as long as you guys will have us, honestly.
Please.
Um please, literally. But yeah. This weekend I was at a convention. It was great.
Yeah, we've been building up to this. We're done talking Mando spoilers. So anyone who had put us on mute, went to work out, made dinner or
Unmute
whatever,
us.
you can come back.
Unmute us. Unmute us.
Yeah, how to Kamapalooza. We've been waiting for this.
It was good. So it was listen. It was kind of it was a journey getting here this year. There were a few bumps in the road. We found out we were gonna be in a second additional panel.
Yeah.
Than the one we already did the night before, 2 nights before.
Jeez.
Yeah. But the first panel was fine. We had one guy who decided that the most random official things about Star Wars weren't canon. He was like, the Sith rule of 2 isn't canon, and we were like, that's literally insane. Yes, it is. But go off, King.
Episode 1, season 5 of Clone Wars. Maul Shadow Lord. Which one am I missing? I miss Rebels.
Yeah,
like go do your research, buddy.
right. And then before I could end our panel, he plugged his own and then left. You could see we recorded the whole panel, so maybe we'll find some clips and bits and pieces to put in there on social media. But I'm gonna take a screenshot. You could clearly tell that I was irritated. And it was, yeah. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I kind of an emotional person. Kind of. I'm working on it. I promise I am. But like negative emotions like anger and irritation and stuff like that and stress, I do wear on my sleeve.
Yeah.
So with that being said, unfortunately, it did ruin the rest of my day that day. But the panel itself was fine. It was great seeing all the cosplays, especially in my own hometown, because I started off going to conventions not in Houston. I live in Houston. I was going to Dallas, Austin, DC. So being able to stay home and go to a convention will always be great. It'll always be a bonus. Yeah. So, and then the next day we had our panel. The organizers of the event that invite us to these things, again, thank you so much. They said, "Here, would you like to be part of this panel?" And I was like, "Okay, cool." I thought that there was going to be a moderator, and so did everyone else that was invited. We were left to our own devices, which was fine because Star Wars fans, if one thing we could do is yap. So that's ended up what we're doing, and we had an amazing turnout. Good. As we do every year. So all in all, it was fine. We had some hiccups, but nothing to be stuck on for years, forever. You know, you're in a few weeks, I'm only going to remember the fun times anyway. So
good.
Yeah.
Anything that we're working on? Anything you want to plug right now? Is there anything that we're,
as of right now? No.
Okay.
Anna, Tracy, and Lauren, we're trying to get them back into content making, but right now it's you and I kind of driving the boat.
Hi guys.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, we'll be here every Monday. Got some ideas floating around in my brain, but once I get them on paper, that'll be another topic for another day.
Yeah. I really need to remember to turn my lights on before we do this.
Before it gets dark.
Yeah, because now I just look like I'm in a creepy cave.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys were just here like not even a week ago,
Nope.
and I'm just here by myself. So I
Mm.
mean, I guess it's fine.
Uh,
But
any news on potential renaming?
we naming, yeah. I mean, listen, guys, we're just gonna take Tails from out the name, honestly. um, we got some logo changes in the work. We got it. We're just working. We've been working with a couple of artists on some stuff and designers. Not sure where we landed officially just yet, but some big changes are coming to the channel. You've already seen one with the addition of my beautiful friend here, and Lauren. She kicked ass at the panels this weekend.
Yeah, I got to go
Lauren,
back. Please, when you get a chance, send me like the fulls so I can go in and watch. I want to go through and just feel like I was there.
yes, I will. Yeah, we're working on getting the audio because my phone audio is kind of okay, but we have like official audio that we did,
Good.
and someone sent it to us. So I'm gonna try to pull that, see if Anna got it, and all that good stuff, and I'll send that over to you.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, of course we're doing a little rebrand. Did a little rebrand, got some new people joining us. Lauren, for those of you who have been listening to me yap for the last 2.5 years, Lauren is the one who, when House of Dragons was on, or even Game of Thrones, um, she did the watch parties. So, um, she said she will be doing those for House of Dragons when it comes back next month. So maybe we'll do some content with that, because that'll be every Sunday.
Sorry,
So we'll see.
my light just turned on behind me.
Grogu, is that you?
If anything, it's Yoda who's back there. I'm gonna turn my actual lights on.
That's hilarious. Do you have a smart bulb in there?
I do. I do have a smart bulb in that one specifically.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's hilarious. I wonder if my
Nice.
wife. I wonder if my wife did that to mess with me.
That's hilarious. She probably did.
She probably did because because my door is closed, but I'm loud as hell. She probably heard me. As like I got to remember to turn my lights on. And she's like,
Yes. Do you have anything you want to plug?
No. I mean,
or hype up.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna. I want to talk to you about a couple different things that I would like to sort of work on to help out.
Okay.
But no. You can find me on all social media. I'll post that photo of me being by myself. Let me see if I have it for the people who are here because it truly was hilarious. Here it is. Just me.
That is too funny. Oh, I see you up there.
There's no one else in the theater.
That is too
but yeah, I'll post that on my Instagram probably tomorrow. A year ago today, I was on my honeymoon, and I was actually at Naboo. So I got to go to like where they filmed the Naboo scenes. So
you got to profess your hate for sand.
I did, and you know what the worst part is that TikTok deleted the draft, so I don't even have the video of me being there.
I would have been so mad. TikTok would have had to see me.
They
would have had to see me outside.
I was absolutely livid.
Oh my god!
But I'll at least post the photos of being there. It was such a beautiful time, and it was such an amazing thing to be able to experience with my wife. But I'll post those photos probably sometime before the end of the night, and then I'll post the photo of myself tomorrow. So you can find me on all social media at Paul Tries Life right here.
He's officially in our description bios with all his links because he's a part of us now.
Ooh. But yeah, you can find me everywhere. TRYS. Yeah. But that's about it. I'm trying to get into the regular Twitch schedule. But it's just been a little difficult to kind of like solidify a schedule right now. So it's just something I'm working on. So if you're here and you've seen me on Twitch, just be patient with me. I apologize.
And if you aren't patient, you're going to have to come see me. Yeah. Don't play about this one right here. I don't. Sorry. So sorry. Yeah. Y'all going to have to deal with me. Yeah. So I'm just letting y'all know now.
Perfect. All right. Anything else?
Nope, I am good to go. Thank you guys so much. We'll be back next Monday and every Monday after that. We appreciate the views and the comments and the support every week. Thank you for listening. You'll find us at Tales from Beyond the Galaxy on anything and everything.
Yep.
But until next time, may the force be with you.
May the force be with you.